Yo, I'm Bob, totally blind since birth, into Power Rangers, and it is time to unbox the ZAP Megazord from Lightning Collection. I've undone the tape on the sleeve because I wanted to just pull the sleeve off like that, dispense with that. So I did do that part off camera, but that's no big deal, I would guess. And, so there is some embossed material on this part of the box, and I hope this is right side up. I have no idea, because this is the first time I have undone this here. I got the tape off of pretty much every part of the box. I guess there was tape under here too, or maybe it was all connected. I managed to get it all off there. So, I'm not sure how long this video is going to be, because, oh boy, well, hopefully, oh, that's not the right way, is it? I guess it is. Now everything's in their little plastic bags and whatnot. Oh, okay, I think I unboxed this the wrong way. Hopefully not. Doing it as we go is sometimes not the best thing, I would say. I think these were designed to be in their own individual compartments, and goofy me went ahead and did it upside down. Oh, okay. Alright. No big deal. So we are going to take a look at each of these and see how they turned out. This looks like the saber-toothed tiger here, I do believe. Yep. Looks like the saber-toothed tiger to me. Bring your legs out. Yeah, this looks quite a bit like the one from the 90s. The one I had in 1994. That's when I bought my original Megazord here. Well, when you unbox this stuff, you gotta take it as it goes. And this is upside down, but that's okay. Here's our saber-toothed tiger. Just gonna do them at random here. I still remember what they feel like. That tactile memory still goes strong, I guess. Alright. I'm betting this is Zach's Mastodon here. Yeah. Try not to damage the plastic wrap, although he's just kind of coming out of there anyway. Okay, so this is indeed the Mastodon Dino Zord. There are all kinds of action features in this set. You can open the cockpits and see the little rangers that are piloting the Zords, I would imagine. I've seen little videos of people doing that. I'll get to that eventually. I'm just trying to show off the individual Zords here. Definitely Zach's. I would say I know the Mastodon with my eyes closed, but I guess I already do. There's his little feet. Turning him upside down there. Is the trunk... Can you move the trunk? I don't think you can. That is not an articulated trunk here. I don't think. That's okay, though. Alright. Got this bag already opened here. That is certainly Billy's Triceratops. Recognize that as well. He's just a tank. I would think, yeah, here's his tail. Comes out like that, so he's got the little cannon back there. I always like that little tail cannon of his. All right. Trying to hold these up so you can get a look at the Zord. The mouth opens. I think the mouth's open on all of these. Yeah. I'm wondering how to open the head so you can take a look at the little ranger inside. We'll get to that, though. I'm thinking this video is probably going to have to be more than one part. This is just me kind of getting a feel for the set here. So there's the Zord from the top. Couple passes there.
Stop taking pause video. Pause video.
All right. Went ahead and did some digging and found Kimberly's pterodactyl. Should have unbagged that with the video turned on. Didn't realize the box was going to be upside down when I opened it, but everything is in there. So when it comes to unboxing these bigger things on the fly, quite fun. All right, so there is the pterodactyl from the underside. I don't know why this part of it moves up and down. Looks a little loose like that. I think you're actually able to connect the mastodon cannons on her underside as little feet. I'm hoping this is the right way to show the pterodactyl, or is this the top of it? When I was a kid, I was told this was how you held the pterodactyl, with the wings, going up like that. Okay.
Stop taking pause video. Recording space. Pause video.
All right. Sorry about not unbagging the Tyrannosaurus. I was afraid I was missing him, but he is in the box. I have him standing up here. Now, right off the bat, I can probably say the transformation is going to be somewhat different. Because with the 90s version, let me just show the Tyrannosaurus off from the back here. With the 90s version, all you had to do was move the legs forward like that and push the little little feet backwards in order to get the little connector tabs to come out. So when it comes to making him go into tank mode, it might take me a little bit to figure that out. Actually, you would move the legs back in the old days to transform him into tank mode, and then they'd somehow lock into place back behind the feet. You had to fold the feet backwards, but that doesn't look like that's what you do here at all. I guess Hasbro decided to put some new spins on the T-Rex transformation. The other Zords look easy enough to transform. I see I didn't close the chest plate right away, but in order to open it and bring down the Megazord head, I mean, I can still do that. That's easy enough. Brings down the little head there and push the horns forward like that. That still looks similar to the way it was back in the 90s. Yeah, I'm not sure how long this series is going to be, because if I can't figure out how to do the T-Rex from T-Rex in tank mode, all that stuff, I don't know if I'm going to be all that good with transforming him. But I think it'll probably happen eventually. I might have to look up some info on how to get this done. I think that with all the articulation that we have here, I think that's what's throwing me off, because in the old 90s version, you just click things into place, things would ratchet forward and backwards, and there was your Zord. I like the additional articulation, but at the same time, it's going to be a bit of a pickle in order to transform this guy.
Stop taking video. Pause video. Space.
I see what you got to do. You got to bring the feet forward, and there are the little connector tabs that actually come forward from his knees. So it's a little different from the 90s version I used to own, but not quite difficult enough. Difficult enough? Oh, yeah, I'm stumbling and staggering over my words today. So yeah, you've got to push the little feet back and somehow get the little connector port out of the backs of his knees here. That's doable. I will say I wish they just left the original configuration gimmick the way that it was. I mean, it's not that big of a deal, but it seems like an extra step. You know, you really don't need that. That one doesn't want to seem to want to come out. Anyway.
Stop taking video. Pause video. Space.
All right, so he's sitting forward with his connector ports out. Pretty much in tank mode configuration. I have his little T-Rex arms up. Ready for the other Zords to come in for tank mode.
Stop taking. Pause video. Space. Pause video. Recording button to activate. Press space bar.
Okay. Got the Triceratops here. I'm going to connect this to the left connector port of the Tyrannosaurus here. If I can get it to go in. That's the thing about this articulation. The legs, they tend to want to move and twist around while you're connecting them. While I do enjoy articulation, it can be a bit of a hassle sometimes. So there is the Triceratops.
Stop taking video. Pause video.
Connected to the T-Rex.
Space. Pause video.
I figured you wouldn't want to see me futzing around with this thing, you know, trying to figure out how the connector ports connect and all that, but I'm trying to make this as short as I can. So transforming the saber-toothed tiger into her little tank configuration isn't that difficult. You just move the claws forward like that, and then you have to push her hind legs up into her body there. I've got the T-Rex in my lap right now. I'm just afraid something's gonna fall off of here if I'm not too careful. But these should connect right in. There we go. So hopefully I'm doing this correctly. I mean, if you've transformed the 93 Megazord, doesn't seem too difficult there.
Stop taking. Pause video. Recording. Space. Pause video.
So I already took the head off of the mastodon here, and he has these little, well, he had these little parts that would hide his Megazord hands, hinder hiders, I guess. And I don't know if I want to keep those on. I like the nostalgic feel of the old 90s Megazord where you just saw the fist sticking up out of the mastodon's keister there. So yeah, you just bring these forward like that. Got the configuration in my lap here, and hopefully this should slip right on. Probably not doing it correctly. It looks like right about there. Although I don't know if I can get it to snap shut. I don't want to break this thing here. They look like they close right on the T-Rex's chest like they should. I'm just trying to make sure I have this lined up here properly. With all the articulation this thing has. Oh, there it goes. I heard a click and another click. All right. So we are we're kind of getting there with tank mode. Of course, you got to take the Mastodon shield. All right, there. And we have to just place it in the little hole on T-Rex's chest. At least that's how I did it when I was a lad. If it goes in there, I don't know if it wants to. Maybe, oh, I wonder if there's just a little port to just kind of sit it in. I don't know. Let me pause this real quick and see if I'm doing it wrong. You can't see me with the shield, but I can't hold this thing up while I'm morphing it here. So yeah, there's a really small little hole that you gotta hook the Mastodon shield into on the chest plate of the T-Rex, and I'm afraid that's gonna break the more you do it. I had to extend the shield handle for the Megazord to hook that into the chest there, which makes sense, I guess. Not bad. So I do believe I've gotten tank mode figured out. It's a little different from the 90s version in that the pterodactyl, you have to really look for the little connector ports on the back of the Mastodon's feet to get her pegged in. I'm trying to show tank mode off here. So I like this version of tank mode okay. It looks a little tilted forward here. I might have gotten a bit of a loose sample. I bought this thing, thank you very much. So I guess you have to kind of tilt him up a little to have him look like he's going to fire his cannons here. But yeah, it's tank mode, no big deal. Took me longer to get this done. Now, I was never too sure what to do with the tail in the back here when I was a kid and rolling tank mode around. This one doesn't have wheels, but I mean, that's fine. I kind of just folded the gun back like that and kind of had the tail looking like a handle. All right, my friends. So I guess we could see if we could do the Megazord configuration, which shouldn't be that hard. So pterodactyl comes off of the back. We'll set her aside. Take the Mastodon shield off of the T-Rex chest. It was hard enough to get in. I hope I don't break it coming out. There it goes. All right. I don't know how it would look in the show. Standing up. Little ratcheting noises there. You got to push the little feet forward like that. Uh-oh. Saber-tooth tiger's little tusk came off, but that should go right back on, I hope, because I just opened this thing. I don't want to have it broken on me. Yikes. Yeah, it looks like it goes right back on. It'll probably fall right back off if I'm not too careful. Right. So we'll take the cannons off. Move those to the back of the Megazord. I'm sorry, this is a huge Zord, and I'm really trying to show me transforming it as much as I can. He's a big dude, so trying to be conscientious of that. Not one of my better videos. That's what you get when you unbox this stuff for the first time. So in terms of transforming him, cannon didn't stay on there. It's not that difficult compared to the 90s version. There are some things that they added that I'm kind of like, why? You know, with the connector ports kind of coming out of the knee joints. But I mean, it's no big deal. Let me pause this real quick and get this cannon in. Just took a little Bit of elbow grease to get the cannon doing what you wanted it to do. Oh boy, so the fists, they should come out like that. I don't know if I like them kind of twisted around like the way that they are, but I guess that's how they have to be. Twist them right around, rotate them. Got to have our shoulders going out. Open that chest plate up. No directions. I can't look at the directions. Just from trying to do it from memory here. From the old 90s version. Okay, we pull those horns forward. And I'm going to grab the pterodactyl. That's the mastodon shield. We don't need that just yet. Sorry. Right, here we are. Got to bring the beak down into the chest. Should be easy peasy snapping it in there. I say that, but I wonder if that's going to give me some problems, guys. Shouldn't. Should snap right in. There we go. That's one click. That's another click. Megazord activated. So not that difficult to transform. I think the knee ports on the Tyrannosaurus were what threw me off a little bit.
Stop tape, pause video recording button to activate. Press space, pause video recording.
How silly of me! You can't fight Goldar without the power sword, now can you? Well, I never. Okay. Yes, Zordon, we need the power sword now. How is this thing supposed to go into his hand here? There we go. Just kind of squeeze it down in there. It's a pretty tight fit. I don't want to break the sword handle. That fits pretty well into the hand here. We get some posable hands too. Sorry, I'll raise up the Megazord as soon as I get the shield in his left hand here. Should go right into that fist. If I can get him to cooperate with me. There we go. All right. So this video is probably long enough as it is. Me attempting to show you how to transform it here and there. I mean, I guess I could do one where I try to do it with no breaks here. But yeah, that's our Megazord. I like the way he turned out. Let me see if I can't raise him and lower him here. He's just a giant action figure. And let's see if we can't show him off as best we can. He is massive here. So I think you can detach the tail here in the back from our articulation. But this is the way I had it when I was a kid. You know, the tail kind of going up all the way to the back of the Megazord crest like that. So I think I might leave it like that. You can detach it, I think. I don't know if it did that in the show. But I like how it just kind of sits up there in between the little mastodon feet. It's kind of how I would have it when I was a kid here. There, I mean. Okay, so I guess this will do. We have to look at the little Rangers at some point. Maybe we'll do some more video with the Dragon Zord when I get that open, because I do have that too. And we'll try to take a look at the little drivers in the Zords. I still have the Rangers bag. They're so small, you're probably not going to be able to see them. I'm not sure how this video came out. There is just so much to look at here. Now the tail came off here in the back. I will say I'm not really sure how the pterodactyl is supposed to stay clipped to the chest plate here. She kind of looks. I mean, there's a bit of articulation down toward the bottom of her, and I don't know. It doesn't look quite right. I don't know why they did that for pterodactyl, but anywho, I guess 9.5 out of 10 for Megazord here. I think it's a really cool design, and once you get it together, it feels sturdy enough, I would say. So yeah, you can take the tail off, all that good stuff. Anyway, hear you guys next time. I'm gonna go try to find a place to park this, power protect you and all that.
Stop.